Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the weigh-ins for the 32nd annual Budweiser Guns N' Hoses Boxing and MMA match. It all goes down tomorrow night at the sold-out Enterprise Center. But first, to kick off the night, let me introduce Boxing Hall of Famer Steve Holly.
Thanks, Jeremy. Hey, we got a little party going on tomorrow night. Who's going to be there? Year 32. I don't know if anybody ever thought we would get that far when the first year we lost money. That's how good we were. The first year we lost money, and Jerry Clinton made a $25,000 donation to the Backstoppers on behalf of the show. Well, Jerry called me, Jack Martirelli, my dad, Merle Taylor, and said, guys, this ain't never going to happen again. And since year 2, we have made money and made a nice donation to the Backstoppers every year. So give yourself a big round of applause. This year's theme is We Are Family. And I don't know how we could put this event on without all of you, all of our sponsors, all of the volunteers, and most importantly, all of the boxers, fighters, MMA athletes that are going to make this the greatest event in the history of Guns N' Hoses. So on behalf of our team, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here. We truly are a family. We always will be a family. And the other thing you need to remember for tomorrow night was last year we gave $700,000. This year, hashtag 701. That's what we're after. 701,000. That's the goal for tomorrow night. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our fearless leader, the guy that makes it happen, provides all the resources, and has been the driving force behind the St. Louis Guns N' Hoses Boxing Association. Please give a nice round of applause to David Stokes.
All right, thank you, Steve. As Steve mentioned, this year's theme is family, and we're all family here. Everybody in this room is family. All of our committee members, our sponsors, and the 18,000 fans that are going to be in Enterprise Center tomorrow night. Now, as we think about family, you think about family caring for each other, you think about how we rely on each other, and most importantly, how we support each other in times of need. And that's really the impetus for Budweiser Guns N' Hoses. We support those first responders in their greatest time of need. And it's something, as you think about the police, the firefighters, the emergency medical personnel, they all put their lives on the line every day to keep us safe. Thanks to your generosity, Budweiser Guns and Hoses has raised over $6.8 million to help those first responders. And it really all goes to support Backstoppers, to support their mission of caring for those families of those individuals that have lost a loved one in the line of duty or suffered a catastrophic injury. I know that we can continue to provide that safety net, and we can do it together as family. I look forward to seeing you all at the event tomorrow night. So let's go. Thank you.
Thank you, David. David's a little modest and a little shy. He won't tell you that Budweiser has been the title sponsor for 32 years. The Big Red One Budweiser has taken very good care of Guns and Hoses and the Backstoppers. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce one of my closest friends, my mentor, family. He truly is family. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He's been with Guns and Hoses since day one. How about a nice round of applause for Mr. Jack Martirelli?
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer Jack Martirelli.
Thank you, Steve. Jack. Thank you very much. I like that family stuff, don't you? Don't you like the theme? We're all together. Let's give ourselves a big hand. All the firefighters, policemen, come on, give yourself a big hand. One thing I'd like to say is we don't want to, like Steve just said, but I'm going to say it again. We don't want to forget our title sponsor, Budweiser, for all these years and all the help that they've given us over the years. They've been our title sponsor since day one, and they give us anything that we want. And as you can see, David Stokes is just following right into Jerry Clinton's footsteps. And we miss Jerry, we miss Merle Taylor and guys like that. And we're going to rock that place tomorrow night. So let's everybody get ready for a big, good show tomorrow night. And let's all give a big hand to everybody that's here. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. As you know, all of our proceeds go to the Backstoppers. Back in 1959, when the Backstoppers started, they were a very small organization, didn't want any recognition. They wanted to just help out. Well, they've come a long way. We've been a good part of that, and we want to continue to be a good part of that. But they have advanced tremendously because of the leadership of this next gentleman. You know him, you love him. Please give a big round of applause to Colonel Ron Battelle.
So I don't want to be a downer here, but could we have a moment of silence for our fallen heroes, and in particular, Ricardo Davis, Washington Park police officer, who was just killed in the last month, and let's have a moment of silence in their memory and in honor of them. Thank you very much, and thank you on behalf of Backstoppers and the families of our fallen heroes for all you do. For Backstoppers, we are extremely grateful for the support you provide us. I'm proud of each and every one of you for recognizing the need and stepping up to support these families. You've put untold number of kids through college. You've supported these families. You know, Backstoppers was formed in 1959, and then and still today that we recognize the sacrifices made by the police officers and the families as they perform their duties. And, you know, it's just unbelievable. We could not do this without the generous support of the community, the support of the volunteers, the fighters, Steve and Jack, and especially David and Gray Eagle. You know, just tremendous all around, and we thank you for all you do, and God bless you.
Thanks, Colonel. We appreciate that. All right, as we get to the good stuff, I'm going to close it out, and I'm just going to let you know that tomorrow night, you're going to see some good stuff. Every year, we try and provide something different for you, and I promise you, tomorrow night, you will be satisfied. You are going to see some new things. You're going to shake your head. And at the end of the night, when you walk out, I would just like one thing to happen. And that is, I'm coming back next year because this is a hell of a time. So on behalf of all the volunteers, everybody that helps put this show together, I'd like to thank you. We hope you have a great time tomorrow night, and just keep this in mind. Hashtag 701.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live for the weigh-ins for Budweiser Guns and Hoses. Joining me on stage, Boxing Hall of Famers Mark O'Brien and Jim Wers, and board member and Shamrock FC president Jesse Finney. Without these guys, none of this is possible. It is time. Let's kick off the weigh-ins.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Guns and Hoses, as always, sponsored by the undefeated, undisputed world champion, king of beers, Budweiser. One more time. Little round of applause. Okay. We're going to bring out the fighters for bout number 1 tomorrow night. Bout number 1, a boxing match scheduled for 3 one-minute rounds. We're going to get both of the boxers up here on stage. Then we're going to have a little bit of fun. They're going to weigh in officially right here to my left. Okay, here we go. Bout number 1, fighting out of the blue corner. He represents the St. Louis County Police Department. Let's give a big, rousing boxing welcome, Officer Eric Sturr. And we'll get an official weigh-in. This looks like 200 and something. $263.8 pounds. Eric Sturr, St. Louis County Police Department. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing the High Ridge Fire Protection District. Let's welcome Jacob Jones. $266.2 pounds. Make sure you're there for bout number 1. Couple of heavies going at it. Take it. Okay, I turn it over to Hall of Fame boxing ring announcer, DJ Jim Wers.
Good evening, Mark, and welcome to everyone to the 32nd annual Budweiser Guns and Hoses. As Steve mentioned, last year we raised $700,000. This year, I think we're going to do a little bit better. Let's bring up our second bout of the night tomorrow night. First off, fighting out of the blue corner and representing Anheuser-Busch Security, please welcome Julie Metzner. This is our first pro fight of the night. It's going to be a little bit different tomorrow night. We're going to have 4 rounds, 2 minutes each round. 126.4. Her opponent fighting out of the red corner and from Highlandville, Missouri, please welcome Alicia Acero. Alicero. $127.4. 127.4. Look tough, ladies. Best of luck to all fighters tomorrow night, folks. I'll see you in the ring. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Hall of Famers, Jim Wehrs and Mark O'Brien. I am Jeremy Johnson, television commentator for Shamrock Fighting Championships. It is a kickboxing match. This is the first ever kickboxing match in Guns N' Hoses history. Coming out of the blue corner for the St. Louis Metro PD, it is Mark Wassum. $179.6 for Mark Wassum. He will be taking on out of the red corner from Pharma Medica, Cody Nocky. $180 even for Cody Nocky. The first ever kickboxing bout in Guns N' Hoses history, ladies and gentlemen. Up next to the scale, out of the blue corner from the St. Louis County PD, David Weinhold. $188.6 for David Weinhold. He will be taking out of the St. Louis Metro PD, Bradley Nelson. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big kickoff to the holiday weekend, so give it up for these guys. $187.6 for Bradley Nelson. Up next, out of the blue corner from the St. Louis Metro PD, it is Chris Childers. Another professional boxing round tomorrow night of 4 3-minute rounds. $164.6 for Chris Childers. He will be taking on Isaac Purnell. Again, this is 4 rounds of boxing tomorrow night. It all goes down at the sold-out Enterprise Center. You can also watch live by going to fight.tv. $165 even for Isaac Purnell. Up next to the scale in 3 5-minute rounds of professional mixed martial arts, out of the blue corner, it is Dan Johnny Irish O'Connor.
Into modern time.
141.6 for Dan O'Connor. He will be taking on, out of Salina, Kansas, Jake Thompson. $140.8 for Jake Thompson. A professional mixed martial arts bout tomorrow night, and it all goes down at the Enterprise Center. Tickets are sold out, so watch live on Fight.tv and the Fight Sports app. Up next in bout 8, out of the blue corner from St. Louis Metro PD, it is Tawana Sims. $148.2 for Tawana Sims. She will be taking on, out of the red corner from the Warren County Ambulance District, Danielle Cam. $148.8. Up next, out of the blue corner from the Wentzville PD, it is Anthony Morris. $209 for Anthony Morris. He will be taking on, out of the St. Charles County Sheriff's Department, Justin James. $204.8 for Justin James. Up next, out of the blue corner from the Lincoln County Prosecutor's Office, it's Matthew Kalal. $169.4 for Matthew Kalal. He will be taking, out of the Dunklin Fire Protection District, Bradley Williams. Come on, give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. $173.8. More great rounds of boxing, and it all goes down tomorrow night at the sold-out Enterprise Center. Again, you can watch live by going to Fight.tv or the Fight Sports app. Up next, bout 10 of boxing, it is Zemez Harris out of the St. Louis Metro PD. $160.6 for Zemez Harris. He will be taking on Benjamin Petrov out of the St. Louis County PD. $155.4. Another great bout of boxing. Up next, out of the blue corner from the Hazelwood Police Department, Ryan Counterman. 146 for Ryan Counterman. He will be taking on Steve Pulliam. It is the biggest kickoff of the holiday season, ladies and gentlemen, and it all goes down tomorrow night. Give it up for these fighters.
Turning and turning in the winding gyre. Falcon cannot hear the battle.
146 evening for Steve Pulliam.
Center came home. Where anarchy is loosed upon the world. Blood-dimmed ties loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand.
Up next to the scale, Tori Phelps out of the St. Louis Metro PD.
Vast image, out of spiritus mind, troubles my sight somewhere in the sands of the desert. A shape of mind and body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun, is moving its slow.
248.6 for Tori Phelps. His opponent was disqualified due to being late to weigh-ins.
Darkness drops again. 20 centuries of stillness, with thanks to man, a rock and veil.
Up next to the scale, Lauren Bordeaux out of the St. Louis County Police Department. 157.4. She will be taking on Stephanie Spaniel out of the Fenton Fire Protection District. $154.2 for Stephanie Spaniel. This is 3 one-minute rounds of boxing. Up next, out of the blue corner, it is Karalia Rajagopal out of the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office. $133.2. She will be taking on Katie Weigard Carr, coming out of the Metro West Fire Protection District. $136.2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any firefighters in the house? Do we have any police officers in the house? Are you all ready for tomorrow night? Well, coming up next, it's bout 15, Terrence Ruffin out of the St. Louis Metro PD. $185.6 for Terrence Ruffin. He will be taking on Nathan Hummert out of the Warren County Ambulance District. $182.2 for Nathan Hummert. Another great boxing bout, ladies and gentlemen, and it all goes down tomorrow night at the Enterprise Center. Up next to the scale, it is Marsaro Martinez. 2:22 even for Marsaro Martinez. His opponent was also late to weigh in, therefore that man is disqualified. Up next to the scale in a mixed martial arts bout, it is Jason Akers out of the Missouri Highway Patrol. .203.8 for Jason Akers. And he will be taking on out of the Bureau of Prison Correction Office, it is Joe Fitzpatrick. .204.8 for Joe Fitzpatrick. A huge light heavyweight bout here in the world of mixed martial arts. This fight will be 3 2-minute rounds. And then your final bout of the evening. Out of the blue corner, it is Chris Walling. $192.4 for Chris Walling. He will be taking on out of the Cottleville Fire Protection District, Joshua Gully. $193.2 for Joshua Gully. This is your main event tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. 3 2-minute rounds in the world of mixed martial arts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it all goes down tomorrow night at the Enterprise Center. Tickets are sold out. You can get those, though, by watching it live on Fight.tv and the Fight Sports app. Remember, guys, this is the kickoff to the holiday season. It's going to be a huge show tomorrow night, and we'll see you right back here for Guns and Hoses.